Today's going to be a great day. I'm going to do great things because I'm great. Listen, my name is Marcus. I'm a full-time entrepreneur. Been an entrepreneur since 2015, and this is really the way that I fund my life. I'm going to be the first person to tell you, first and foremost, let's just get this out the way. Like, being an entrepreneur is not easy, right? There are going to be challenges. There's ups, there's downs, just like everything else, but I'm living proof that it is possible. Along with being an entrepreneur, there are going to be things that you're going to have to recognize, right? You're going to have to recognize some of the things that work in your favor. You're going to have to recognize the things that work against you. In this video, we're talking about the thing that works against you and how it affects your business. But also, we're going to talk about how you can overcome it, how you can deal with it. But before we even get into that, man, I definitely just want to give a shout out to the go-getters, man. The go-getters are the ones who are working their 9 to 5s and they're doing everything they can do to keep leveling up in their careers. Or they're entrepreneurs who are grinding, stepping out, putting their best foot forward so they could do the same thing, but from an entrepreneurial standpoint. So I definitely want to give a quick shout out to you before we even get into this thing. And with all of that said, man, let's hop right into it. So the thing that we're talking about today, we're talking about procrastination and how procrastination hurts your business. So let's identify some of the things that procrastination brings so that when we come up against them, we'll know how to beat them, we'll know how to defeat them. And I'm gonna break all of that down to the lowest level. And then, like I said, at the end of it, I'm gonna show you ways that you can go ahead and get around it so you don't really have to deal with it. Procrastinating, it limits your ability to make money, right? You're gonna lose revenue opportunities. Just think about it, because when we procrastinate, a lot of the time, we're only looking at it from our perspective, right? How doing this thing right now is going to make us uncomfortable. But if we flip the coin over and look at it from the other person's perspective, you can easily see why it'll hurt any opportunities for you to make any more money. So let me give you an example, right? Let's say, for example, I have I work on construction, right? I'm a general contractor, right? Or the general manager of a construction company. I need to start laying the foundation so I can build this house. And you are the company, you're the foundation company, right? You do all the cement and everything that goes along with laying the foundation. Well, from my perspective, I got a deadline that I have to meet. And you won the bid and I'm coming to you, and we can't build the rest of this house until you get on the job that you're supposed to be doing, because we need the foundation. And I tell you, hey, I need this done by Tuesday. You say, okay, no worries. I'll get it done by Tuesday. Well, it's Friday. You haven't made any calls. You're dragging your feet. Saturday and Sunday, no one works. Monday at 3 o'clock, you finally start trying to get on it. Tuesday morning, you get a little bit of traction, and now you got guys showing up to the job maybe, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, right? Well, I don't really know too much about construction, but I believe that if you're going to lay a foundation and it needs to be done by that day, you probably should have been there no later than Monday morning, so that you can lay the foundation so that it'll be set and ready to go for the people who to start working on Wednesday if it needed to be done by Tuesday, right? If that is the case, if that's the situation, how many more times do you think I'm going to call you as a general manager to lay the rest of these houses, right? Lay the foundation for these. You think I'm going to give you any more jobs? The answer more than likely is no, because you couldn't fulfill the job that I needed you to do in the first place, right? It took you way longer than what we agreed on. This is how procrastination can cost you money. Not only is it going to cost you money, but me as a general manager, it's going to cost me money because I have a deadline. I have people and investors that I have to meet the deadlines for. So you're slowing down the rest of our productivity. All of our productivity is now slower because it took you, longer than what it should have taken you in order for you to get started. So now all my framers and my electricians and everyone else's time is pushed back. And at the end of the day, the people who I need to answer to as a general manager, they're not going to want to, they don't care about the fact that, you didn't show up or this, that, or all they know is that we had a set date. And now you're making me look bad as a general manager, which is affecting my bottom line. More than likely, I'm not calling you for another job. You could take this same type of scenario and apply it across the board, right? Now, another thing when it comes to procrastination, just because you're not physically doing the thing that you're procrastinating on doing doesn't mean that you're not thinking about it. You're expelling energy by thinking about this thing, and it's going to lead to stress. It's going to lead to burnout. It's going to lead to sleepless nights when all you had to do was just go ahead and take the initiative and get it going and get it started and get it done and over with. You know, it was a guy, Marcus Aurelius, he said, we suffer more in imagination than we suffer in reality, right? And I believe that procrastination only leads to more stress, even though you're like, well, I'll do it later. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it. You know what I mean? Why put off tomorrow what you can do today? It works the same way across business, across, careers, across the board. This is all it works exactly the same. It's all related. So now, because you hurt my business as a general manager, I'm pissed off. What do you think my conversations are going to be with other general managers that are in our city or in our state or that are in my board or that are in my group or that are in my union, whatever the case is? What do you think that our conversations are going to look like? When they're like, hey, do you know any good cement guys? Do you know any guys who can lay foundation? Not only am I going to refer them to someone else, but I'm probably going to tell them about the incident that I had with you, right? Like this person, it took them forever. Now, if we're in those kind of circles and someone else, another general manager has a similar story, and now we're piggybacking on each story and other people are around, guys, this is really how businesses get hurt, right? And it can easily be solved by just doing what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it. So let's say for me, right? For example, in my business, I deal with a lot of dental offices, dental clinics, things of that nature, right? Orthodontists, oral surgeons. Now, do you not think, now just based on what I just told you, I would be a fool to not offer the best service when I'm dealing with these people, when I'm dealing with these types of businesses? One, because I know that they all know each other, they all talk, right? But two, where are they talking? If this company's over here and that company's over there and they don't really need to mix, but they do mix. They go to their, ADA, their American Dental Associations. They go to those meetings and they go to those conferences, right? And this is how I really get a lot of business, right? By being in the right place and at the right time, even if I'm not there. So you say, well, how do you be in the right place at the right time if you're not there? By being in the minds of the people who are going to speak well of my business and my company, right? I don't need to be there. I'm in their mind, and now they're talking about me. They're talking about the job that we did. They're talking about how I kept my word on something. Or they're talking about how I did something for them that contractually I really didn't need to do, but morally and ethically it was the right thing to do. These conversations happen. I get so many calls left and right just based on the reputation that my company is built, that I've built with my company, over all of these years. Your reputation matters. So what type of reputation do you want to have? Do you want to be someone who's actually reputable? Or do you want to be someone who is known as a procrastinator? They're not going to get the job done. Or even worse, they'll come and they'll get the job done, but they're so preoccupied with whatever else is going on. They didn't make enough time. They didn't allocate the time to come in and do the job the way that they were supposed to do it. Then when they get there, they're rushing. They're going to rush through the job. They're trying to hurry up and get it done so they can get up out of there. They want to get the check and go, right? All of these things play a factor. So let's talk about, how do we overcome this stuff? How do we get out of the habit of procrastination? How do we fight that voice in our head that's telling us like, nah, I can look at this show, I can watch another one, or let me just keep scrolling the internet. I can watch another video. How do we get out of the mind frame, out of the mindset of doing the most important thing first and then letting everything else follow behind? How do we get out of that mindset? And I'm really speaking from experience, because I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like I told you, I've never said that entrepreneurship was easy, but I'm telling you that it is possible. And it's possible to get over this whole procrastination thing, because I'm not perfect. I'm really good at what I do, but at the same time, there are obstacles and hurdles that I had to get over myself. Procrastination being one of them. So if I'm gonna be honest, right, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I want you to be successful in whatever it is that you choose to do. Let's start with some of the ways that, you can get out of the whole procrastination. All of this stuff that I'm going to tell you is very easy to do. It's not going to cost you any money, and you can start doing it today. So the first thing that I'm going to tell you to do to get out of this loop, out of this vacuum of procrastination, is to set clear and concise goals. What is it that you want to do, right? What do you want to do? I had, in my business about a couple of months ago, I had quotas that I needed to meet for my business. These are quotas that I set for myself. Really high, really lengthy, strong quotas that I had to meet. I took my quota for the quarter and I broke it down by what I needed to do for the month, and then what do I need to do for the week, and then what do I need to do for the day, right? And this is how I broke everything down. I had to reverse engineer someone else's success on how I can, so now I want to be able to reach the same goals. And this is the way that I broke it all the way down, right? By the month, by the week, by the quarter, by the month, by the week, and by the day, right? And then that'll give you, that really just chops that dragon down. It makes it so much smaller to deal with, right? They say you got to eat the elephant in chunks or whatever it is, but you basically just taking everything down into bite-sized pieces so that it's not overwhelming. You're not having to deal with this big behemoth of an animal, right? You can break everything down and make it a lot easy, make it a lot more simple, a lot easier to look at. So if I'm only focusing on what's directly in front of me, then I'll be able to accomplish my goal. And I can hold myself accountable throughout the day because I have check boxes. Okay, I got this done, I got that done, I got that done. Now I'm done for the day. And the next day is the same thing. Number 2, okay, keep things on your calendar. Keep everything on your calendar, what you're supposed to be doing, right? At 7 a.m., actually, no, let me take that back. I'm up at between 5 and 5:30 every morning. At 5:45, I take my dog out. We go out and we do our thing. I'm back. By 7, I have something to do. I'm done with that by 7:30. By 8, I have something to do. I'm done with that by 9. Everything is broken down on my calendar so that I don't miss, right? I have to make sure that everything is put in place because if it's not written down, it don't exist. That's just the way it is. So make sure that you put things on your calendar so that you're able to track as you go along, and you can go ahead and schedule things out. Or when my assistant looks on to book, a meeting or to book this or to book that, she knows, okay, Marcus, he's tied up during these hours. I leave my Fridays open for majority of the administrative stuff. But during the week, everything's booked up. Everything is set and everything has an allocation on my calendar for when I'm supposed to be doing something. And now that you have everything on your calendar, go back into your phone, you set an alarm to show you at 7:30 is going to go off to let you know, hey, in 30 minutes, I got to do this, right? In an hour, I have this. And you set these alarms up and you can put all of this stuff on repeat. You can automate it. Make it easier on yourself. Make it dummy proof. Procrastination, if you're a procrastinator like I was, it's habit. It's a habit forming. Your body is used to putting things off. So make it as difficult for your body to do that as possible. And the last thing, right? The last thing that I'm going to tell you as it comes to, overcoming procrastination, now that you have everything else set up in place, make sure you have an accountability partner. I don't care who it is, right? Get an accountability partner. Check in with them once a week or have them check in with you. You go over everything. They're going to know your goals. They're going to know, what direction you're headed in. And they're going to be able to tell you like, okay, boom, you did this, you did this, you did this. Or they're going to hit you up like, hey, are you on track? Are you on track to meet your goals? Now, all of this is pointless if you don't do one thing, right? If you do everything but except put stuff on your calendar, it's a fail, right? You have to do everything in order for you to be able to get out of this habit of procrastination. And once you get out of the habit of procrastination, whatever your goals are, I promise you, you're going to reach your goals because success loves speed and efficiency. Guys, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.